Hello Patriots. Today in math we are going to work on estimating fractional parts. So at the top of your 2-column notes, if you would write estimating fractional parts. And this goes along with topic 10, lesson 3. We have learned how to write a fraction to name a part of a region. Today we are going to learn how to estimate the fractional part of a region. So our I can statement should read, I can estimate fractional amounts using benchmark fractions. Well, what are benchmark fractions? Benchmark fractions are found in everyday situations. For example, we could have 1/2 glass of milk, 1/3 pizza. But there are fractions that are easy to visualize or easy to see, such as 1/4, 1/3, 1/2, 2/3, and 3/4. And these are all fractions between 0 and 1. Push pause. Now, we can show our fractions on a number line. So I'm going to show them on a number line. Here's my number line. And my fractions are between 0 and 1. And let's say that I want to show 1/2. I know that I could take from 0 to 1 and divide it into 2 equal parts, because that's what that bottom denominator means, is 2 equal parts. And if I draw a line here, this would be 1/2. And I know that if I want to take my number line and divide it into 4 equal parts, or into fourths, I can do this, and I have, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, so this would be 1/4. This would be 2/4, and 2/4 is the same or equivalent to 1/2, and this would be 3/4. And then the last one would be 4/4, but when your numerator and your denominator are the same number, that equals to 1. So there is our number line divided into fourths. I could also break it into 3 equal parts, or thirds. And if I try to do 3 equal parts from 0 to 1, 1/3 would be about here. Now let's make that over a little bit. And then 2/3 would be about right here. 3/3 would be at R1, and remember, you have a numerator and the denominator are the same number. That equals 1/2. So that's what fractions on a number line would look like, and those are our benchmark fractions. push pause. If I wanted to, okay, this is a I wrote it up there. And then if I wanted to make a benchmark fraction strip, it might look something like this. If I have a rectangle, and I want to divide that rectangle into 2 equal parts. Let's do a line here. This would be 0, this would be 1, and that would be 1/2. And then if I wanted to divide it into fourths, I can divide, there's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and that would show all fourths. And then, if I wanted to show thirds, let me write this down, this is 1/4, 3/4. If I want to show thirds on my benchmark fraction strip, then I can draw it like this, and that would be about 1/3 from here to here, and from here to here would be about 2/3, and then from here to here would be about 3/3, so here is 1/3, 2/3. Now what you have to remember about fractions is that the larger the denominator, the smaller the pieces. Let's take a look. If I have a fraction of 1/2, 2 is my denominator. So if I start at 0 and I go to 1/2, that would be how big my 1/2 piece is. If I go look at 1/4, 4th is a bigger number than 2, but in a fraction, when 4 is in the denominator, and I go from 0 to 1/4, you could see that that piece, that 1/4, is smaller than the 1/2 piece. So it's like an inverse relationship. Push pause. So this is what a benchmark fraction strip would look like. And this is a number line. Let's go ahead and try another way. If I can get my pen to work. Let's say that I had a circle here, and I want to I'm going to divide it into 2 equal parts. So that's what a circle would look like into 2 equal parts, or halves. I could also have a circle, and I can divide it into 3 equal parts. This is called thirds. And I can also have a circle. And I can divide it into 4 equal parts. And those parts are called fourths. And again, remember, this is halves. This is 2 equal parts. Thirds is 3 equal parts. Fourths is 4. Even though on a number line, 4 is larger than 2, when you put it in a fractional part, and 4 is in the denominator, that makes these pieces smaller, as you could see right here. This 1/4 is definitely smaller than the 1/2, or even the 1/3 is larger. Push pause. Let's do a few examples. Let's do a benchmark strip. And let's see. Out there. And if I asked you to estimate the fractional part that is green, this is 0 and that is 1. If I break into 2 equal parts, that would be 1/2. If I did 4 equal parts, that would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. So I would say that the fractional part for this bar equals 3/4. That's push pause. Let's try another example. Another one. And this time, let's shade part of it. And if I asked you what benchmark fraction would this estimate to, again, here is 0, there is 1. This would be 2 equal parts. This would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And then I know that I have about 1/3 here, about 2/3 here. So this one would be closer to 1/3 green. Push pause. Let's try one more example. This time we're going to do it circular. And well, no. Color our circle. And if I asked you what fraction are stars of our circle, and I could look at this circle and I can say that about 1/2 stars. That's our notes for today, boys and girls. We will practice tomorrow in class. Have a good night.